Springtime, Easter, actually, 2001, I fell off a roof, a little more than 30 feet. Landed on concrete between my teeth and my hairline. The impact on the ground was so forceful given the height that I had fallen from that it broke my neck at cervical 6, 25, 28 other bones. My thoracic spine at T3 and T4, which is your chest line. At that chest line, my spinal cord was severed by that vertebrae. Kind of went through. That put me into a coma. I think it was 12 days. Some of that was my brain had swollen so much. The rest was kind of medically induced. So they were able to rebuild my back, put 2 titanium rods in from my Adam's apple down to the middle of my stomach. They put a titanium ball in the socket to take some skin from my lower back and rebuild my leg that I had bitten off. So the injury occurred in Florida. I woke up in a place called the Shepherd Center in Atlanta. I was admitted, thank God. So I woke up with people poking at me and prodding at me. I'm in a room with all the doctors and my parents. And there's like a movie screen of x-rays on the wall. You know something bad had happened, but you're not quite aware of the kind of gravity of what had occurred. So the doctor sat down and he's like, "Matt, do you have any questions?" I said, "Yeah, am I ever gonna walk again?" He's like, "This never gets easier to tell anybody, especially a young guy. Our goal for you is to be, relatively independent during the day, a contributing citizen," is what he said. If that wasn't enough, I just said, "Give me some numbers, give me odds, give me something to fight against." It was like, I would guess 1 in 10 million. Hit the lottery twice. That 24-hour window, I guess, from noon that day to the next day was like pretty dark. I guess the option is accept that, fate, or decide, commit. Maybe this happened to me so that somehow, some sick way, something good will happen down the road. But right now, this is really bad. There's only a certain amount of miracles out there, and so I felt like if I wasn't working as hard as I could at whatever little pieces of my body that I could move, then if God was going to put a miracle in that Shepherd Center that day, I don't deserve it. I would lay awake for months trying to move my legs and visualize leg lifts. I thought that the second I allowed acceptance of that injury I was done. The second you stop pushing, you eliminate that miracle option. So I was just getting pushed and pushed and pushed. And we were sitting outside one time and I realized, okay, so I broke my back. What if there's traffic and I can go around it? I'm trying to just find a way to hang on to some hold. I'm trying, and my father looked up at me and he said, "What'd you just do?" And I was like, "What?" He was like, "Do it again." And I picked on my left leg was kind of like that. Once I started moving, my right side was clearly the weaker. Balance was a challenge for me. It was basically holding myself up and trying not to fall down. Just some days are bad. 15 years later, I wake up and my legs are so stiff. How do I beat that without taking a bunch of pills? And the key for me, I've found, is just, hyper exercise. After grad school, moved to Boston. Knew a lot of guys who had come to Welch. That just seemed so far from where I was at. It's like, I can't even run. It's a little bit hard to admit that you were afraid to be embarrassed, I guess. I met my then girlfriend, now wife. She was going to Peters. She's like, "Have you ever heard of it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know if it's for me, or the regular bench." Finally, I kind of was honest with myself. I was like, "I want to give this a shot." One exercise can combine the neurological and the physical, footwork with balance, agility with flexibility, speed, power. It distracts me. You get the music, the cathartic feeling of hitting something, and it varies every day. I came in there unable to jump rope, didn't know how to throw a punch. First class started with jump rope. I'm screwed. I can't even do the first exercise. This is hard. Teachers just modify. Find a way to get that. I've seen kids come through with ACL injuries, girls with broken ankle coming back from recovery. People with broken wrists at boxing class. I'm a big advocate for taking your mind out of the fact that you're doing therapy. If I get better at balance, I can roll, I can move. When you're hitting the bag and you're working out and music's cranking and everyone's going, it gets you back to that team vibe. It's critical to surround yourself with great people. I was fortunate and blessed enough to have, and still do, a fantastic family around me, a group of friends, because without them, I'm not sitting here, which is a lot of the reason that You see the 33 at the gym all the time. We started the 33 Foundation. Roughly how far I fell, my number at school when I got hurt, but it's also how many vertebrae and a healthy human spine. Connect great people with people that need it and pay for that aggressive outpatient rehab. That window was open for me by God, so if I don't run through it, what a waste. If I don't hold that window open for somebody else, what a waste. I think that's kind of the responsibility I have. I'm blessed, I know that. But that gives me further motivation. If you fully commit to something in a near singular focus and make that the only thing you care about, very little will stop you. But in my head it was, never ever accept this. And the way to never accept it was to always fight it. Like, I gotta tell you that the energy and the team Peter's put together from day one is the reason that you guys have seen so much of me in the last couple of years. Peter and his team really run a very special operation. I think it's genuine, it's authentic, there's no frills, no one wants them. It's almost damn near a family, you know, and what a thing to say about a gym.